I'm about to tell you something huge. If you're a private tenant in England, this could protect you from eviction. Your landlord had a legal deadline of 31st May 2026 to give you an important government document. That deadline has now passed. Did you get it? Because if they didn't, they may have broken the law, and that failure could be your protection. In the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you exactly what this document is, what your landlord faces for not giving it to you, and the two options you have right now. The government produced an official document called the Renters' Rights Act Information Sheet 2026. Every private landlord in England was legally required to give it to every named tenant on an assured or assured shorthold tenancy with a written agreement that started before 1st May 2026. The deadline was 31st May 2026. Now here is something I want you to know that most tenants don't. If your property is managed by a letting agent, the agent was also legally required to give you this document, even if your landlord already had. So there is no excuse. The document explains all the new rights you now have under the Renters' Rights Act 2025, including the abolition of Section 21 no-fault evictions, your new rights around rent increases, and your right to request a pet. And here is something really important. Sending you a link to the document is not valid. Your landlord had to attach the actual PDF or give you a printed copy. If they just sent you a link, they have not complied. So what happens if your landlord missed the deadline? Your local council has the power to fine them up to £7,000 for a single breach, and if that breach continues for more than 28 days after a penalty has been issued, it becomes a continuing offence. In that case, your landlord could face further civil penalties of up to £40,000. But there is another consequence that tenants should know about. If a landlord wants to move into the property themselves using Ground 1, or sell the property using Ground 1A, they are expected to comply with the information sheet requirements first, and if they haven't, that could affect their ability to rely on those possession grounds. In other words, failing to provide this document is not just a paperwork mistake, it could have serious consequences. So here is exactly what I want every private tenant in England to do right now. First, check whether you received this document. Look through your emails, your texts, and any letters from your landlord or letting agent since May 2026. It should be an official government PDF with HM government branding. If you can't find it, make a note of that, and keep any emails or messages showing what information was actually sent to you. You then have two options. You can contact your landlord and ask them to provide the document, which is your right, or you can simply keep a record that you never received it. If your landlord later serves notice seeking possession of the property, the fact that they failed to provide this document could become your protection. Either way, before taking any action, speak to Shelter or Citizens Advice first. They can give you free advice based on your specific circumstances. I'll put the links in the description. The Renters' Rights Act 2025 gave private tenants in England more protection than ever before. But that protection only works if landlords follow the rules. This document was the very first compliance test under the new law, and thousands of landlords may have already failed it. Now you know, and knowledge is power. If this helped you, please share it with every tenant you know. I've covered all your rights under the Renters' Rights Act in my previous videos. Links in the description. Subscribe to Tenant Power UK, because every week I'm breaking down exactly what your rights are as a private renter in this country.